What is going on, guys? Welcome to 100% Chelsea and welcome to a stream of something we haven't done for a very, very, very long time. Obviously, yesterday's result wasn't the best, but onwards and upwards, we'll have a little bit more of a chat about it. And I'm joined by Brandon, who, for some reason or another, has a man bun. I don't get it.
Shut up.
It's awful. Just put in the comments. Just hate on his man bun. Just hate on his man bun. It is vile. I'm
just
sorry,
mate. Take your hat off. Take your hat off, and we'll see how bad your hair is.
All right, yeah, I'll take my hat off. I'll do that a little bit.
I'm pretty sure someone in the comments section said Kim Jong-un, didn't they, last time?
Well, that's because I hadn't swept it to the side. But like this, it looks fabulous. But because I've listened to Skepta once, I'm just going to wear the hat. What we'll do is today's aim, basically, Lawrence just messaged me late last night. You know, I just got in, working, all of that. I was like, end of my day, it's brilliant. Lawrence goes, you know what, Louis, can we do a stream tomorrow? I'm like, oh my God, it's my day off. Just let me
Lawrence.
Let me chill, man. And so I went, yeah, fine, whatever. We'll get Brandon on as well. And instead of just having me and Lawrence argue with each other, we have a third voice, basically. So what we've got is obviously we're just going to talk about the game. Now that our heads are a bit calmer, I think what we might start doing as well, the day after games, we might start doing hangover reviews again. So if you want to hear about that, obviously when the talkie bit, what's it called? The live stream box, the live comments is shut, and the actual comment section is born. If you put down in the comments if you want to see hangover reviews again, let us know as well, and we'll start doing those again. But for now, just sort of, obviously yesterday wasn't the best result for us, I think, but we did fight back. But there was a lot of debate about certain refereeing decisions, which I think we've all highlighted in stuff that we said online. In various places as well. Lawrence being the angrier of him and Lewis probably leading the charge of attacking poor old Craig Pawson. I thought about come on, Loz, let's start with you. Come on.
First of all, obviously I have to say, so because I obviously record my reviews straight after the game, I don't have time like, Louis before he does interviews and get out the ground and stuff to sort of calm down a little bit. Sorry. I literally start recording, I don't know, 5 minutes after the final whistle, if that. So that's why I'm sometimes more emotional than I would be, say, half an hour later. But yeah, I mean, the refereeing decisions, some of them were obviously completely, undescribably, whatever it is. The red card for Gary Cahill. I've said it in my video as well. I can see why some people would say it can be a red card. But to me, it just isn't. And even Mark Clattenburg, say his real name, who's not really a Chelsea fan, is he? Even he said it's not a red card. So if he says it's not a red card, it can't be a red card, can it? Yes, he had his studs up and all of that, but he didn't catch him with his studs. He barely caught him at all. I don't know what he was doing, the Burnley player. Who did he catch anyway?
God knows. Hopefully it was Jonathan Walters.
Well, that would have been humanely impossible considering he was on the bench at the time. If Cahill had gone to the bench and two-footed him, then I'd gone, yeah, mate, send it off, 3-match ban, completely understand. I think I'm going to play devil's advocate because I like to wind Lawrence up. So basically,
yeah, it does.
From what I saw of the challenge, when I first saw it, I wasn't sure I was there, but that looked nasty.
I thought it was a red card. I thought it was a red card all day long.
I thought, and I watched it. The advantage of being at Stamford Bridge, unlike many football stadiums, you actually get a little bit of signal. So at half time, I sat down, had a little look, and it turns out that he did go studs up. He did get the ball, and there was very little contact. But at the same time, he still gave Pawson a reason to give that red card. I think it was very reactionary, but I think the reason that people were attacking Craig Pawson yesterday, the red card decisions, yes, were the ones which will be highlighted, but it's also the smaller decisions which he was making during the game,
Definitely.
which were going wrong, which basically counteracted against it.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are referees and such and other journalists saying, you know, if the standard of refereeing was where it should be, you know, Pawson would be nowhere near the Premier League. And as when you highlighted Clattenburg as well, he obviously had said that, you know, he made loads of wrong decisions last year as well. So it's a case of, you know, is he in the right position? You know, should he be making these decisions in the Premier League if he's going to be making these mistakes again? I mean, what do you think, guys?
I think he was the referee when we played Palace last year as well, and we lost at home, and there was a lot of questionable decisions. I think so. Not 100% sure, but you know.
Go on, Brandon. Go on, Brandon.
In regards to the red card, I mean, Cahill's back was to the ref. Now, the way it would have seemed to the ref is obviously he has jumped in because he's lost control of the ball. His studs were up. I can understand, like I said, I personally think it was a red card. I don't think there's really any reason to argue the fact that it wasn't a red card. Obviously, like you guys say, the smaller decisions in the game got everyone frustrated, and obviously that's the main thing that everyone goes to. You got no real qualms about Fabregas as well. Two yellows, in my opinion. Definitely 2 yellow cards. Obviously, Fabregas showing his passion when he got sent off. He didn't want to go off the pitch. He was obviously upset with the decision. But yeah, I mean, refereeing standards in Premier League is no way near where it used to be. Clattenburg and Howard Webb, although Clattenburg probably wasn't the best referee, since Howard Webb's retired, like refereeing has gone down a lot. And like Mike Dean's a massive example. He used to be quite consistent, and now, you know, he's debatable whether he gets his decisions right most of the time. And I just think it's starting to become a big issue in the Premier League. And if they want clubs to start, you know, sorting out the disciplinary actions so referees don't have to send players off, maybe send the referees on more intense courses, or maybe like some courses for like international football, because they seem to do all right in international football, the referees. So I don't know.
I mean, generally, I completely agree. Like, obviously, he just gave like the referee like the option to sort of give a red card.
Yeah.
I think the only thing you sort of have to give Cahill, you know, credit for, obviously the ref can't see that, but he clearly didn't look at the play. He was just clearly going for the ball. And if you just go for the ball, no matter if you're, you know, if your studs up, how are you gonna stretch your foot without your studs up? You know, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And he didn't catch him hard. Yes, I get it's dangerous play, but it was on the floor. You know, if you compare it to Arfield's challenge and Alonso, which, you know, he had his studs up, you know, on his hip height maybe, or knee height or whatever it is. That's a lot more dangerous than down on the floor. So like, and especially like if you compare it to that decision, not sending Arfield off, that's, in my opinion, and I think that's clear to most people, a lot worse a challenge than Cahill's was. So if you don't give a red for that, you seriously can't give a red for the first one.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, it's the consistency key. If they're trained, you know, in certain areas, then obviously they're gonna make the correct decisions. But it is something that the Premier League definitely needs to improve, is the refereeing quality. I mean, hopefully it's not a massive issue this season. Obviously, the past couple of seasons, especially the ones with Jose Mourinho in, it has been a massive problem for us. There has been, you know, the argument of a campaign against Chelsea, which hasn't helped when we have been losing.
Even kind of Conte's brought that up, hasn't he? When after the game, he said, the last 3 games, all the time we had people sent off, clearly questioning some of the decisions as well, and saying, well, maybe I should just prepare to play with 9 or 10 men. Kind of going different words, but kind of going in the same direction, as if there's a conspiracy and whatnot. Obviously, let's not, you know, get into that too much. But, you know, like Louis said, and like you said, there was these smaller decisions that went against us. First thing that annoyed me was like, how was there only 4 minutes extra time at the end? It didn't make any sense. There was 2 goals. There was a sending off. There was multiple substitutions. There was multiple arguments with the referee. How is that only 4 minutes? Like, you know, I mean, it's easy for us to blame the referee. You know, as much as we want to criticize them, there's always room for human error. I mean, our players make mistakes, don't they? Otherwise, Kale wouldn't even have given him the chance to send him off. But, you know, it's, you know, if your dentist pulls out the wrong tooth, you're going to be angry with him as well, aren't you? So.
I've never heard that saying before. I like that.
Neither have I. That, to be honest, that was class. I love that. I'm going to be using that. Do you know what? That sounds like something Nigel Pearson would have said to that journalist. Did you pull out the wrong tooth?
Wrong ostrich at the sound.
Are you the wrong dentist? I was like, oh, bloody hell. Like, imagine just getting an argument with him, but that's by the by. Let's forget that. I mean, yeah, it's all interesting. But now, obviously, I don't know what the approach could be. I think, do you think we'll try and, the one thing I can see us trying to do is trying to rescind Gary Cahill's red card?
Yeah, I think we'll do it.
We probably will.
Yeah. Fabregas, you can't rescind two bookings, can you?
No, you can't.
He's gone. So we currently now have
one midfielder.
No, that's where you're wrong, actually. We've got Kyle Scott.
Don't underestimate Kyle Scott.
Mate, listen, this could be... Call me a romanticist. Call me anything you want, okay? This could be a Santiago Munoz moment, a Rashford moment for Kyle Scott.
It could be.
Imagine if we had Chalobah still. He could be a starter.
Hey, exactly.
Don't talk about Bay like that, please, okay?
No, but what I'm saying is,
too much.
Do you really think that Conte is going to play Kyle Scott over potentially playing David Luiz in the centre mid? Of course he's not. It's against Tottenham.
I actually think he's going to play Christensen there, because Christensen played there for Gladbach as well, and I don't think he wants to reset the whole of the back three. We're taking David Luiz out as well when we've already got Rudiger playing there as well.
Yeah. To be honest, can I say one thing about Rudiger? I thought he was fantastic yesterday.
Except for the third goal. Otherwise,
apart from the third goal, I spent the first half, because I've been very, very harsh. I've been a very harsh critic after what he said about his heart bleeding for Arsenal. I sat there in the first half. I literally, for about 20 minutes, I just watched him. And there was stuff, it was the stuff off the ball he was doing as well. So when he got the challenge in, he'd come back and he was, you know how we were saying we're crying out for a leader? He was leading that back line when Cahill got sent off. For example, when Luiz and Courtois had, they were, saying who's going to go for the ball. This was just after sending off. So this was about 20-25 minute mark. And they had started having an argument. They had Rudiger basically start hyping him up, clapping him, saying, right, come on, focus, let's not have this. I did it last season. I don't think we really had the opportunity to see something like that happen. But I know Luiz did it in a couple of games.
Yeah.
I know we've now got that in Rudiger. We've been crying out for a leader. And obviously, if you guys haven't seen it already, IFTV did some stuff that you need to know about Rudiger for us. It's on the channel. Have a little look back. It was a really good video. And they did say, he fights for the badge on the shirt. And all of us here, I'm sure some of the guys in the comments as well, have been crying out for a player that will literally put his body on the line. And despite that third goal, everything else he did yesterday, I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic.
He was really calm.
Yeah. And it was my favourite was when he was trying to score on his debut. He comes shooting towards the Matty Harding, literally all of us go, shoot! And he go, yeah, all right, let's have a dig. I was like, oh, fair play. Why not? Have a go. But, I mean, for us, it's... I think we've got a player in him there who can really, really do well for us. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that can happen. I mean, obviously now we have both our wing backs playing. We have our starting 11 apart from Cahill. Luiz or Christensen will go at centre back. In centre midfield we could put one of them there. We have depth at the back, so in terms of centre backs, we're fine. Mm-hmm. Centre midfield, they can play there, so I guess you can consider them. We'd have 3 options in centre midfield. However, if you were to look at it that way, you've got 3 defensive midfielders. We don't have a creative outlet. Pedro could still be injured, I think.
Yeah, I think it's about.
You think he's all right?
I'm not sure if you saw the press conference, but what Conte said in the press conference is that he picked up a knock on his ankle against Arsenal, and he didn't recover in time. That makes it sound like he could very well recover in time for Spurs. Obviously, none's guaranteed. So.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a case. Yeah. Or if he recovers, then you've got a not the creative outlet. We're missing Hazard, and we are going to miss him until he gets back.
So he has a similar effect. It's what I don't understand. I understand that Musonda hasn't got a lot of Premier League experience, but he's not going to get that if you bring him on in the 89th minute.
Yeah.
When we went 3-1. When we scored with Morata, that should have been one of the incentives to bring someone like that on, because that's when we were going for and pushing for the draw. The fact that Musonda got brought on in the 89th minute, we're not going to do anything with 4 minutes added on. Like Lauren said, there was only 4 minutes added on. I don't know how they calculate the added on time, but if he was on, I don't know, even in the 80th minute when we scored the second goal, it would have been a lot different. I reckon we would have probably drawn the game if Musonda came on earlier. That's my opinion anyway.
Yeah, well,
the game.
Yeah. To be fair, if we're speaking of players who were on the wing, I felt so sorry for Boga yesterday.
Yeah.
I felt so sorry for him. I mean, you knew when he came off. Again, you're down to 10 men. Most players would do it, but obviously because I've always bang on about, you know, we don't really have players that work as hard as they could have done. You know, I think when he came off, the way he ran off the pitch, even though it was only 15, 16 minutes gone, to basically get Christensen on, you know, I thought for him that showed some decent class, and the reception that he got from the fans as well. You know, when you know, we were saying, you know, he's our first, well, coming through from the academy, Jeremy Boga. Everyone stood up and applauded him because he was, even though he wasn't on for that long, he did float inside a couple of times. He wasn't as effective as he could have been, but obviously it's not fair to say that because he hasn't had the time yet. But he was without doubt, for me personally, one of the. He's definitely got a future, to put it that way.
Yeah, whether that's going to be at Chelsea or not, different question.
To be fair, I think that he does have a future, and this season especially with the lack of players we have, we don't need to sign any more wingers. If you're going to look at it that way, I think Boga and Charlie Masunda could play in the Premier League easily. That'd be fine.
I don't think that either of them are going to go out on loan this season. I think it's too late for them to go out on loan because, like you say, we're not going to bring in any replacements for them. Otherwise, we're going to be too short on wingers. And I think that this really is their time now. You know, if they don't impress this season for Conte, I think that's it for them, unfortunately. Because at this level, you only get one shot and you need to make that one shot count. And if they do it and take it with both hands, then we're going to have two fantastic players on our hands, especially with Conte coaching them.
Oh, I agree. But however, there is one or two things on that as well to look at. People are speaking about Conte's coaching. He didn't give a single minute to a teenager last season. Understandably, he didn't want to change the system. We weren't there as many competitions. You know, obviously there's all of this sort of stuff, but he still didn't give any time to him. And I know
young players like Ake when he come back off of loan, he still did play Ake
in 3 games, Brandon.
Yeah, I know, but
he's 3 games.
Yeah, but you can't really say he didn't play any teenagers, but he played Ake. I know he may not be a teenager anymore, but it's
Chalobah as well. Chalobah played 10 Premier League games.
Yeah.
Didn't start all of them, but he came on in 10 at least, or like featured in 10. Started 1 or 2, did he?
Yeah.
That's why I found it the most surprising, because he was the one that was actually used, like the only youth player that was actually kind of used last season, that he was the one to be leaving. I mean, obviously he went after his decision to leave, which obviously changes the situation. But still, I found it weird that we let him leave. You know, he had a contract, so we could have, in theory, just forced him and, you know, told him, we're going to play you, calm down.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, obviously, let's talk about coaching, tactics. Can we move swiftly on to that? Was it right to go back to 5 at the back?
No. I found it weird.
No, Brandon, what were you're looking? You said, "Oh my God, you don't look happy." Go on. You look like you've got a lot to say.
I just like I give Conte the utmost credit for being ballsy, and you know, and playing 3 at the back last season, 5 at the back, whatever you want to call it, because they're basically the same. And the thing is, everyone sussed it out. Everyone has sussed it out. And when I say everyone, obviously I steward at Palace. I watched Palace against Huddersfield. All right, they weren't amazing, but they played 3 at the back. Even you know, teams like Palace, you know, the new teams that are coming up, they're going to try and start playing 3 at the back because that's what everyone's doing. Everyone's going to try and match, you know, the other team to match them wing for wing and place for place, position by position. I don't understand why we don't go back to 4 at the back, because it could work. You know, if especially as we're struggling at the minute with centre midfielders, if you have Rudiger and Christensen maybe at the back, or Rudiger and Luiz, and you play the other one in centre mid with Kante, it's something different, and the other team aren't going to be expecting it, especially Tottenham. They're playing 3 at the back at the moment as well. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
Or at least go with like 2 strikers and play Batshuayi and Morata up front, because
exactly
something different, especially if he doesn't seem to be the biggest fan of Musonda and Boga anyway. Was I the only one that found it weird that Boga starting up was under? Like, I don't know.
I thought that was weird.
I thought it was a little bit weird, but I'm just got an itch, blimey. I thought it was a little bit weird, but I appreciated it because I think they both had an impact. But I think for me personally, I thought Boga had more of an impact in pre-season, which is why he played him. Exactly. So that's why he played him.
I think Conte's come out and said before that Masunda needs to bulk up a little bit and get a bit more physical. And
I know it's a bit rich coming from me, but he's like you could fit two of him in me. It's mental.
Yeah. Although he actually looks like he bulked up a little bit compared to last season and when he was in Spain.
Still, you could fit two of him inside me.
Don't eat him, mate. We need the players. Don't eat him.
Good point.
I want to ask a question because
if this is about me and my weight, I will hurt you.
No, it's not.
It's got nothing to do with you.
I'm really self-conscious. No, okay, Karen, what was the question?
Obviously, we all love Michy Batshuayi for the bloke that he is, but why has he turned out to be so shit this season? Like, he had so much promise in pre-season. He was banging goals in left, right and centre. He looked a different striker completely. He bulked up. He was so physical. When we played Arsenal, he was in their faces. He was something completely different. And I thought, thank God, we're getting rid of Costa, but Michy's taken Costa's place in being a physical striker. And then we come into the season and he's just gone, yeah, that's my physical bit done. I'm on my bike now. I'm going to go missing for 12 games.
I don't know about that. It's too early to say that stuff.
But he did it in the Community Shield as well.
I don't. But right, think of it this way. This is my opinion. I would start Morata next game. Done. Yeah. No arguments there.
Of course.
However, if we're saying we want to change it up a bit and be a bit different, you're looking at Michy and Morata. He is not Morata. I want to talk about Michy Batshuayi is not a player for hold-up play. That is not his game. His game is running in.
You know what I mean? Like, look at his... Like, he's not tall, but he's quite wide. Like, he looks quite physical.
Like Louis.
Louis, do you want to go up front and hold the ball up?
mate, top goal scorer a couple of years ago. I was all right. I couldn't.
What, in under sevens league when you were like 13?
Oh, you're funny. You're funny.
I love this.
Do you know what? Can I explain something? If you haven't already seen Brandon's channel, head across and see it. Because there is one video, all right, where I score a banger of a free kick and the whole thing, he had just been absolutely ruining me, just with comments. Louis is here for participation. Louis is here for participation. Don't worry, the red arse won't hurt too much at the end. Who got red arse, Brandon?
I don't know, actually.
Who got red arse, Brandon?
Yeah, it was me, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was you, Brandon. So,
yeah, but that's the one in a million shot, innit?
One in a million shot.
It took you about 30 attempts to do it anyway.
Well, it didn't. You're just saying it makes me sound bad, so you can try and make people realise how shit I am.
Also, Ronaldo, how many free kicks does he take to score one? So if he did it in 30, that's already good.
Well, to be fair to him, I think BFG had a part to play in that. I think he gave him some money. But...
Oh, piss.
Throw out the diss track.
Yeah, diss track coming soon.
Diss track on the BFG. What? You're tall. No one likes you. Support Park Munich. No.
Oh God!
I'm not built to do diss tracks, guys. Okay, I'm from Kent, all right, and I'm white.
Yeah, but says white. You were the one that was like spitting bars, as you could say, in the 100% Chelsea group chat earlier, and then you put it on your Snapchat as well.
It was diss track. It was diss track central. I did it to take the piss. Did you not see the sarcasm? I literally plastered it everywhere.
I know, and you were proud of it. You weren't being sarcastic. You were very, very proud.
I was sarcastic, but proud of my capabilities to actually be able to rhyme. That was what it was. It wasn't me actually going, "Oh, great! I'm going to go drop a diss track now." Done that.
Anyway, should we talk about the game again?
No, let's talk about diss track coming soon. EP.
If you want to see 100% Chelsea diss track, comment in the comment section. Subscribe and comment when the live comment section is done as well. In the comment section on the videos, hashtag diss track central.
Wow. Wow. Diss track central. That's
and then comment on who you want to get rinsed in 100% Chelsea. Do you want me, Lawrence, Louis?
Wait, no, hang about. I call the shots here, not you.
Well, if the subs want something, the subs get it. Come on, Louis.
We're not. Yeah, I know that. I'm all for a socialist system, all right. But I have read Animal Farm, so let's just stay clear, all right. Listen, this is what will happen if a diss track was to be dropped. We drop it on somebody else. We are a team here, okay? People can take a guess at who they think they could be up to and all that sort of stuff. But you know what? At the end of the day, we'll see what happens. Diss track central. Put it down there.
If you want to see a diss track, let us know who you want to see it on, and we'll do it. All of us will get involved. Even Lawrence from Austria is going to send in some bars.
Lawrence,
I'm going to fly over for a bloody diss track.
I flew over a bloody diss track. Oh mate, we should give Craig a whole verse to himself.
Yeah, but
imagine Craig on it.
Yeah, but his will be horizontal.
Craig, if you're watching it, mate, we're just going to drop you in it now. What was it? We were the other day. He was watching. He was watching like Greatest Moments or something in the sofa, and he just sent a picture, and he drank a whole bottle of Sambuca on his own. It just says, I've had too much, guys. Like,
I think he said the bottle wasn't big enough, didn't he?
It's not big enough.
It's for what now? I don't want to get into that too much.
Our WhatsApp chat is banging. That's all I'm saying. You know, we've got some proper stuff going on, but we've actually gone off the topic and we started talking about diss tracks on YouTube. And you know, even though there is always space for ad revenue to be made at some point down the line, and you know, if content's dead, you know, diss tracks can be something where we can go, oh my god, we've got no idea what to do. Let's react to this diss track. Give it a Chelsea
around
perspective.
at the beginning of the summer when we had nothing to film.
Yeah, we should have done that.
Exactly.
Should have started the trend.
Oh god damn it, Sidemen! Why'd you do this to us? But Riz, let's get back to what we're talking about. Obviously, we've spoken about Batshuayi. We've spoken about.
I want to say something about that.
If you're going to drop a diss track, I will.
No. Diss track on Batshuayi.
Serious conversation. So about Batshuayi. So like Brandon said, in pre-season he was good. Last year, at the end of the year, he was good. Once we've won the league already, yeah, fair enough, he won it for us at West Brom, but he was on with Costa. So whenever he was good on his own, it didn't matter. You know, the game didn't matter. Either it was pre-season or we've won the league already. And when he was good, while it mattered, he always had Diego next to him or came on instead of Diego. Is he just not a big game player or just a super sub?
I don't know.
Was I the only one there that was actually when Lawrence was doing the pauses, and obviously we've just been talking about mixtapes, that we were just kind of trying to think of how to put it into a mixtape?
Yes, you're the only person. Now let's get back on to what we were talking about.
Sorry, yeah.
I don't know if you can say he's not a big game player because, like we said, you know, he hasn't played much. He did well in pre-season. Obviously, you can't really call Arsenal a big game in pre-season because it was only pre-season. We both fielded young teams. I'm not saying Arsenal aren't a big team. Don't take that wrong, comment section. But yeah. Indirect. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans.
Oh my god!
Troops
will come and find you. It will get
Troops,
you.
at me on Twitter. If you're watching this, at me on Twitter. We'll start a diss track. Me versus you.
Right, you're on your own now. I'm leaving you to it. Good luck. Have fun with that.
Wait, how did you break his leg? Can we use that? You know, Audi TT and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was. Mini Minter did it. That was a bit deep. That was a bit deep. But anyway.
Hey, focus! Come on.
Sorry, you started it. Anyway, yeah, it's not that Arsenal aren't a big team. That's what I got to. Yeah, okay. So he did well against Arsenal, and then in the Community Shield he went missing, and then obviously first game of the season he wasn't all there. He's only started the recent few games. I think we need to. Obviously, I was the one that just slagged him off. But I think we need to give him a little bit more time. He acknowledges... The thing I like about Batshuayi, he acknowledges when he has a bad performance and he apologises for it on Twitter. And, you know, even though if Cahill didn't think that it was a red card or whatever, he, in my opinion, as a captain, should have come out and apologised to the fans. Whereas yesterday, Azpilicueta and David Luiz come out and said, you know, sorry for the fans who made the journey, or sorry for the fans who came to watch, sorry for everyone, you know, we will be bigger and better next time. Rudiger tweeted it out. Morata tweeted out, you know, it's not the result we wanted.
I mean, Cahill is just a lot less active on social media than the others. Obviously, like that plays You know, your dad isn't going to apologize for something or just going to write a comment when you probably are. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, okay, yeah, I get what you mean. But I just obviously I'm comparing him to John Terry, don't I? Because John Terry is very big on apologizing when he's had a bad performance. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what I've gone on to that for.
Yeah, why have you gone on to that?
Either way, to talk about more positive things, how good was Morata? Like,
Alvaro, mate. Alvaro, what a don. That's all I'm saying.
Like, you know, first of all, another point to criticize someone. Why did we wait 60 minutes to bring him on? At least bring him on at halftime.
But well, he doesn't like to bring people on before the 60-minute mark.
Yeah, exactly. That's my issue.
Yeah.
Like, I agree. But once he was on, he was really good. I know I slacked him off yesterday for getting into that Christensen shot, which I still think would have gone in if Morata didn't get to it. There was then offside. But obviously, you know, he was really good. That header for Luiz as well. Like,
fantastic.
Really good.
I mean, I know I was the one that said I'm not a big fan of him. And I think I was probably one of the only ones that said that on the channel. And I was biting a bullet by saying it. But I was being honest. And to be fair, I said, I hope he proves me wrong. And we're only 2 games into the season, obviously first game in the Premier League season. And he's already starting to prove me wrong. He's making the movements that maybe Costa didn't make, because Costa was quite a lazy striker, hold up play. You know, he was more of a rebound striker. He's making the runs that Michy Batshuayi doesn't necessarily make at the moment. And
he's just fast as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's so tall, and he's quite built as well, and he's got a bit of pace about him. And the only thing that I'm going to say is, with our wingers, they need to start crossing the ball a lot this season. Willian needs to improve on his crossing, because I know yesterday he got the assist from Morata's goal and it was a brilliant cross.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's where I have a problem, where we didn't keep Baba Rahman, because I know that he wasn't all the best at defending, but his final...
We still have him. He's just recovering from tearing his ACL, but he might be going out again.
Yeah, exactly. He's going
back out. He's going back out to Schalke, according to reports that I've currently got up on my phone right now.
That's why I said it before, mate. Yeah.
Do you know what, Brandon? Fuck you.
Hey, stop swearing.
Oh, sorry.
Exactly.
Please don't unmonetize our videos. I've already had enough of them unmonetized. not naming any. Lewis.
Lewis is so funny on fan cams. He gets so passionate. I tell you what, if you're watching this, and you haven't seen Lewis's Arsenal fan cam from the Community Shield 2 weeks ago, go and watch it, because it's the most entertaining thing I've seen in about 3 weeks. Go and have a look at it. It makes me laugh every time I watch it.
Blimey, that's a very specific time frame. I mean, like,
I don't know why it's 3 weeks.
In the last 3 weeks, I've seen everything has been rubbish compared to this. Netflix, 13 Reasons Why,
diss tracks,
the Mighty Boosh, it's all been rubbish.
Diss tracks. Don't get me started on diss tracks again. Gosh.
I didn't say diss tracks.
No, I said
Lawrence did. It's not all about you, Louis.
I didn't hear Lawrence. I was too busy saying, like,
exactly. It's not all about you.
Mute
your microphone.
Huh? You mute your microphone, you dick.
I don't need to mute my microphone.
Mate.
Hashtag Brandon Army in the live chat. Let's go.
Hashtag Brandon. I think we kind of got a KSI Gudgeon Daniel thing going on here. Have you seen how many subscribers you've got on your personal channel and how that's gone quite quickly?
What you have to do, if you support Brandon, you have to go like Man Bun Army, you know?
Man Bun Army. Oh my God.
Man Bun Army.
Jeez.
Oh, God. Yeah, sorry, we're getting a lot of hate in the group chat, because not the group chat, the live chat, because we are not talking about football.
Should we just move on? We spoke.
Let's preview Spurs next week. What's going to happen?
No, we're not going to do that, because that's not until this week. We've got stuff to film for that anyway. But right now, what we're going to do?
Oh, you boring
Spurs. We're going. I beg your pardon.
Sorry.
What we're going to do is we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about transfers.
Lewis is a funny fat guy. I like that.
I am. Thank you. That's literally. So I tell you what. As a fat bloke, being funny and having good personality is the only thing I have going for me, and literally being able to talk. So you know what? It's all right. It's good. Thank you, whoever said that. But anyway, let's talk about this stuff that's going on in the transfer market.
What isn't going on in the transfer market? We're going in for everyone, like we do. I wouldn't be surprised if we launch a bid for Hulk.
time out of China.
It's about time.
Every summer. We're going to get Hulk. Oh, my God, he's amazing. Oh, he's gone to China.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Money talks, doesn't it?
No,
God.
but I mean, like, okay, let's talk about Danny Drinkwater, because me and Lawrence
can we not?
have very, very, very contradicting opinions, and we nearly had an argument, but we thought we might
No. You made it sound like I love him. No. So what Louis is saying is that I think it's too late to be picky, and I take anyone right now because it's better than having no one, and he still doesn't want. That's like our differences.
I don't like Drinkwater. I don't think he's Chelsea quality, but like Lawrence said, we haven't got any options really. It looks like Chamberlain's going to stay at Arsenal now because we've waited way too long for him. Sergio Roberto, the reports have gone dead. Who else have we been linked with? Ross Barkley looks at favourites to join Spurs from what I've heard. So I mean, Drinkwater, we're going to have to settle with him whether we like it or not. Yeah. And I just want to say one thing. I put out a tweet a few weeks ago and I said, if Danny Drinkwater signs for Chelsea, I will not support the signing. And some people took that in the wrong context, saying you're not a real fan, you don't support whoever plays for the club. I didn't say I wouldn't support the player. I just said I wouldn't support the signing on the board's behalf. I think it would be a poor signing on the board's behalf. I'll obviously support the player. I support any player that will put on the shirt for Chelsea, but I just don't agree with the signing. So that's cleared that up. Thanks.
Yeah, no, basically, I agree with everything you said. Like, no matter what the fee is going to end up being, we don't know. We don't even know if we're actually going to end up getting him, because knowing our board, they're even going to fail getting him. But no matter what it is, it's not like they're spending our money. As much as, we're not restricted by FFP, there's not going to be any consequences for us if we spend 30 million on Drinkwater. Yes, he's not worth that. We all know that. But he's English. And every club knows that we're really desperate. So they're asking more because they know we're going to have to pay it and that we will eventually pay it. Whether that's deadline day, whether that's a week before, we will have to pay it. So that's why we're going to have to pay that much. And, yes, we fucked it up, but we can't do anything about that now. So we're going to just have to pay what they're asking. And if that's 30 million, we're going to have to pay. If that's 25, well, we're going to have to pay that. In theory, he's not going to come in as a starter. He might start until Bakayoko is fit because Conte maybe doesn't trust Cesc Fabregas in the two-man midfield, which I think wouldn't even be the worst shout. But, until Bakayoko is fit, he might well start. But after that, especially, when Hazard is fit as well and the whole team is sort of, flowing a bit more, hopefully, he won't be a starter. Yes, it's a lot of money for a backup. Well, you need backups, It doesn't matter how much they cost. You can't just have no backups. Like, it's not going to work over a season with hopefully around 60 games if we do well in the Champions League.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with it as well is that Drinkwater is currently injured. So even if we did sign him before Spurs...
You are pulling my leg.
No, he's got I think it's a groin strain.
Yeah, but I think he should be back for next week, but he missed Friday's game against Arsenal. Barkley's injured as well, by the way.
Everyone who wants to transfer is injured at the moment. Danny Rose is injured. Who else? Coutinho is apparently injured. He's probably pulled his groin on the plane to Barcelona.
Yeah, he going up the stairs. Those Ryanair stairs are a killer.
Oh yeah, Ryanair.
Ryanair and EasyJet, mate. There's a reason they're cheap. That's all I'm saying. By the way, anyone, if there's anyone from Ryanair or EasyJet that are willing to sponsor us, please don't take that out of context. We'd love to have a chat with you at some point. If you want to sponsor us, that would be great. We think your airline travel is absolutely fantastic, and it's a great budget airline. Incredible. So yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, if you want to fly me out for free to London,
that's what I was going to say. If you want to fly Lawrence over, if you want to take us to away games, feel free to.
yeah, what he said. But yeah, basically, right. You're basically saying we're screwed.
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean,
if we sign him, we're less screwed. As stupid as that sounds.
The problem I have is, why do we loan out Lewis Baker, who is an English centre midfielder who can become a lot better than Danny Drinkwater will, and buy a replacement who is English, but buy him for £30 million? Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
The only argument I have with that is, if he's that good, why is he not even going to a Premier League club? Apparently or clearly, no Prem club wanted him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in the Championship. But apparently, West Ham wanted him. But I think about a year ago, we decided not to loan players places anymore where they won't play. So they wouldn't have, bought him as an actual like starter.
Yeah, but there are players that we could have had. I think could have made the grade. I'm not going to say Chalobah on that. I'm going players that have been sold right now.
Chalobah.
Josh McEachran.
Josh McEachran.
He used to be a baller. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, he's about your size, mate.
He's what?
Your size, He's just the lankiest guy you've ever seen.
Brandon really isn't lanky. It's just a really tall hair.
It's just
like his arms are like like a nice thin bloke.
It's true. Look, if I move
his arms are so nice, thin bloke.
Look, my arms are like so
words.
Wow.
Right, can you stop doing yoga, Brandon? And actually come back to the live stream.
100% yoga.
100% yoga. Oh my god!
New channel, 100% yoga.
And you just get the bloke that's on GTA 5. Yeah.
I think we need that actually. And breathe. Let's not worry about transfers. Let's just breathe.
And breathe in through the mouth. That's not the mouth. That's a nose. That's definitely a reason I failed biology. Jeez. God.
Anyway,
don't
anyway do referees against Spurs so we can be ready to run.
Mike Dean.
I swear.
Is it actually?
No. If it is Mike Dean, no. If we win, I'm off because it's Spurs score, but we win 2-1. He'll run and start celebrating, pointing back like that.
Yeah.
I love Mike Dean, and then he gets scared of afros as well. So basically, put David Luiz in midfield, get him to square up to Mike Dean, sorted. Fine.
Sign Fellaini.
I'm going to see.
Better than Drinkwater, arguably.
Huh?
Better than Drinkwater, he is.
I mean, right, but seriously, speaking of players, which I think could have made the grade, I think Pasalic, if that's how you say it, I think that he's a good player, and I think he could have quite easily been a backup and know what Danny Drinkwater was doing. He's homegrown, so that
does it count as homegrown? Yeah.
Yeah, because he got on when he got on for youth system and stuff.
Yeah, I never really know if it still counts if we loan him out.
It's weird.
If we loan him out of England, if it still counts, then I'm never sure.
The most depressing thing for me though is the fact that our longest-serving player is a player that we can always loan out, and is a goalkeeper who will never play for us.
He's made us 9 million with all those loans.
I don't care. If he's not going to play for us, sell him. I think I understand it's a money-making machine kind of thing, but Van Ginkel, I guess, is a player that was very unfortunate because I think right now he would be in the first team without any shadow of a doubt.
Well, if you can play for PSV as a starter, he could be coming in now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe he just wants to play regularly, and fair enough, he may not be good enough to do that at Chelsea. Maybe that's why he keeps going out on loan. But he would certainly be good enough to come in now with having no players, suspensions, injuries.
I think Antonio should call him up now. Like right now. He should be watching the stream.
But you're actually... Oh my God.
Maybe he's wearing a suit now because he wasn't wearing it during the game.
He just sat eating spaghetti or Parma ham or something, just sat in a chair watching us on the live stream.
What did you say? Parma what?
I had Parma ham.
What, do you mean like Parmesan?
No, no. Parma ham.
I thought you just said...
Parmigiano, you've got Parmigiano or Parmesan, Parma ham, or if you're going to be very English, I'll say it for you in English as well, because you're always like, why'd you say it with an accent? It's because I can speak the language. Deal with it. It's prosciutto, as some people like to say.
Crudo.
No, I don't know. I don't have a clue what you are on about.
Crudo. Yeah, mate, we're going to have to go on holiday. I think I'm going to have to take you to Italy and actually give you a little bit of a lesson in culture. Because as you can see, if you haven't already noticed, you're like the only... Actually, no. We are a very multicultural channel, as it is. Yeah. Even like fake Italian, fake person from the Caribbean, as Brandon is apparently.
What?
Brandon's what is it?
Quarter black.
That covers Africa. That covers Africa and the Caribbean and pretty much everywhere because there are various places. He's West Indian.
Kind of. I mean,
he's West Indian.
I am. What, me?
Yeah.
Jamaican. What are you saying?
Yes, a Jamaican. Well, you
say.
So you're quarter Jamaican. Lawrence is just Austrian.
Well, no, Lawrence is Italian, mate.
And what?
Ooh, you're two Italians.
You're quarter Italian.
Yeah, my grandpa's Italian.
You never told me this.
Yeah, I did. You're just a forgetful something.
Oh,
Okay. Oh yeah, monetization issues. I like the self-censoring. Well done. And then we've got Sammy's Algerian. I miss Sammy. Can Sammy come back soon?
Sammy.
Sammy's
from Mayans. So I'm gonna go meet up with him and slag you off, Louis.
Are you? That's fine. Doesn't bother me. People slag me off all the time.
It does. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry.
Okay, but yeah.
Where's Lewis from, actually?
Hey?
You know, vlog guy. Where's vlog guy from?
Lewis is from Ethiopia.
Vlog guy.
Well, because of BFG is called Lewis as well, just spelled differently.
That's true. That's true. We've got like Louis.
Yeah, very confusing. Very
confusing. Can we check Lewis? Lewis.
That's what
You're all right, mate. You struggling?
Yeah, I am. One of the Lewises should change their name to like
Lorente.
No, wait. Oh, Nicola. No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
You know what? Let's just do this here now, okay?
He's been too much Jamaican stuff. He's been smoking too much.
Guys, we've spoken about the very little transfers that we've had. We've re-highlighted the game. We've been on for about 45 minutes. If you want to see these more regularly, let us know down in the comment section below when it is born. Obviously, the live comments. It's really nice to see so many of you guys watching and leaving comments. I'll be honest, I've missed doing these. They are great. Do enjoy them. So if you do want to see them the day after a game, let us know. Obviously, make sure you subscribe to Brandon on More Sports. He's done a Premier League prediction video today, and he's very active on social media as well. Make sure you subscribe to my personal channel as well. I was basically hyperventilating the other day, and I am re-uploading on there again now. You heard that right. I'm actually uploading on that channel, and yeah, Lawrence is just here all the time doing stuff. He doesn't have his own channel.
I do. Just don't use it.
You just don't use it. Are you going to start using it?
Or maybe I should react to some diss tracks.
Yes, Lauren.
So if it comes about, it will be in the featured channel section on 100% Chelsea. Obviously, follow us on all our social media links. Follow Lawrence on his there on the screen right now. So Lawrence, wave and say so much people can see them.
Well, first of all, don't have a go at us for having a bit of banter here, because you know the serious stuff is in the normal videos. We do these to have a bit of banter as well. So don't have a go at us for it. It's just fun, you know. Calm down.
You're very correct. I mean, a lot of people were a bit upset that we haven't really spoken about much, but we covered part of the Burnley game. We've spoken about some transfers, and it, like Lauren said, it is a bit of a laugh. It kind of gets you guys to see that we're not all negative all the time. We're a laugh. So
yeah, we are. We're happy people. Yay! But anyway, make sure
when
you follow
Louis
us on all our...
hate, he's happy.
Oh, shut up.
I'm helping you. I'm
not helping you. I'm trying to wrap up the video. I'm trying to do what I do best. Right.
So, guys, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Brogan. Oh, God.
Hey, guys, make sure you follow us on all our social media links. They're obviously on the screen now. Mine are just here. Obviously, you've already seen Lawrence. Yeah, because you're B-Tech and you're running on Safari. That's your own fault. But anyway, guys, send them down in the description. I'll probably add those a bit later. If you enjoyed them, let us know. Comment section, all of that lovely stuff. And take care, and I'll see you soon. I'll let the other two sign off.
Hashtag Brandon's Army. Come on, boys. Leave it in the comment section.
And girls. We are an inclusive society.
And non-gender specified people, because I wanted to kind of, So, hashtag Brandon's Army. Hashtag Man Bun Army. Hashtag, come on. I don't know.
Hashtag.
Yeah, basically subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And it's Lawrence's turn now. See you later, guys.
Yeah, follow my Twitter, my Instagram. You know, you can see here. I'd massively appreciate that. Follow our channel. Subscribe to 100% Chelsea if you haven't already. Massively do appreciate that as well. And yeah, I mean, not sure if I'm going to say the last word or not. Probably not.
Thank you for 34,000 subscribers as well. So that's it's going up. But anyway, let Lawrence say the final word so we can sign. Shut up. Let Lawrence sign off and finish off. Say the final word. Say what you say best at the end of all your videos with the fingers and stuff, and then we can turn it off.
Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chels, and we'll see you next time.